Good night, Cloppy. Sleep well if you have time. Yeah. Oh, Oh, God, story time. Alright. Well, do you have a request for story time? Let me tell you about the night I had in college that was one of the inspirations for me becoming a police officer. Sort of. It's just a weird night. I had finished up a late movie. So like I worked our campus technical services. So we did set up for sound and video for various meetings and events. I got to work the world a like massive kung fu and Chinese culture festival one time, and that's the first time I had bao. But that's a whole thing. A weird night. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we had just shown, I think it was the third Mission Impossible movie, and got out late because it was a long movie. Finished getting everything put away, and it's damn near midnight. And I'm like, I gotta get home. Now, I didn't drive. I didn't like driving. I've grown to enjoy driving, but it's still not my favorite method of transportation. So, and the buses weren't really running. So, I decided to walk. Home. So, it's 9 miles. I can make that. I made the trip in roundabouts 2 hours, most often. Which is weird. I've been told that is an unusual time. So, but yeah, around 2 hours, 2:15, somewhere around there. So I knew that I could could do it because I had done it before. So I start walking home, and let me see if I can remember everything that happened, because it was unusual, as I said. So the first thing that I recall is I get to a point where there's a bus stop, and it's across from a graveyard, and there's this guy I recognize from the bus route I usually take. He's on the bus oftentimes. So he stops me, and he's like, "Hey, do you need somewhere to lay your head? You need somewhere to stay?" "No, man, I don't need somewhere to stay." "You see that? You sure? I know somebody down on North Avenue, or on North Street." Now, to give you an idea of what North Street is like, there's a clinic, an addiction clinic on called Penn North, at Pennsylvania and North. So North is not a great place to be at midnight as a young college student from Towson. But this guy, generous, very generous. Hey, if you need a place to lay your head. I thanked him and said, "No, I was on my way home." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate it." So that was the first thing, and that's kindness. It's very nice. A little weird, because pretty sure he himself had some chemical dependencies, but I digress. So I continue on. I get down to the next major, towards the next major intersection, and I hear somebody calling, "Hey, can you help me?" This is the lengthiest part of this story, and ideally is worth it for you. So I find this person. It's a middle-aged woman who's in the area, and I'm like, what do you need? And she's like, I'm lost. I've never been out of Essex. I need to get home. And all I can say to that is, okay, let's get you home, because she reeks of alcohol and is stumbling. So I thought, best for her safety and the safety of others, to get her home. So I start, I take her to the local pizza place, which was just closing up when I had passed them. And so I was like, yeah, sure. Let's get you there. And Pardon me. There we are. So I take her to the pizza place first because I'm like, I don't want to take her to the bar that is nearby because she's obviously inebriated. So we go to the pizza place first, and they're like, no, we're closed. I'm like, look, she needs a phone. If you have a phone, she just needs a call so that she can get a ride home. No, I'm sorry, we're closing up for the night. We're closed. All right, fine. Only other place open is the bar, of course. So we go into the bar, and I go up to the bartender, and I'm like, hey, you know, do you do you have a public phone? Yeah, it's over there. Cool. I go up to her and I say, look, do you their phone's over there? And she's like, well, can you call me a cab? Because I just don't know anything about where I am or anything like that. I just need to know, I just need a ride home. Like, okay, fine. So I go over. So I go over to the phone, and I call the local taxi place. This is before cell phones, understand? That's how old I am. This is before cell phones. We used payphones back in these days. We sent messengers between villages in the days. So I go over to the payphone and I call the taxi service. I'm like, hey, I'm at Papa's Bar and Grill. Can you please send somebody? I've got an inebriated woman here. I'll wait with her and get her out to the cab. I just need somebody to come out. She has money for the ride. Just please come pick her up. She needs a ride home. Okay, we'll get somebody there. Cool. Yeah, right? Smoke signals. I wore a belt of beads given to me by my local lord to represent the census and growth of the area. In the way of the Mayans. So I call the taxi, and the taxi's on the way, and I go to wait with her. And she's like, let me buy you a drink. No, thank you. I'll take a water. So I have an ice water, and she's got like a gin and tonic or something, deciding to just, like, little hair of the beast. She's just like, you are so nice. You are so nice, so kind. I've never been outside of Essex in my life. Or Dundalk. She was from Dundalk. I've never been outside of Dundalk. And, she, like, opens her purse and, like, there's just a wad of cash there. Oh, it was payday. I've just got all this money here. I'm like, are you propositioning me? What is going on here? So, I'm like, put that away before somebody sees and takes advantage of you, for crying out loud. Put that away. So she puts the money away, and she's talking, and she's like, you're just so nice. You know, my daughter, you'd like my daughter. My daughter's a nurse. I figure, like, what is this? What is this? Are you trying to, like, what are you attempting to, what are your goals here, woman? We're trying to get you home safely. So taxi gets there, and I'm like, thank God. Get her out to the taxi. Get her put away. She introduced herself as Ginger, by the way. Ginger. Come here, you. Okay, well, if you're not gonna do that... Yeah, there you go. Pardon me, there was a spider on my camera. So... Ginger gets into the taxi. I tell the taxi driver, look, here's her address. Please just get her home. She has money in her purse. Don't let her tell you otherwise. Get her home. Because I'm a poor college student. I can't pay the dude. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have been giving him, here's the tip. Here's $20, dude. So, I get Ginger squared away and off. So, Ginger is taken care of. I continue on my way. I am in a neighborhood I recognize. My grandparents had lived in the neighborhood. And I see... I had expected Ginger to be the last adventure of the night, but no. We still have 2 more encounters to have here. GM was rolling high on the random encounters chart. So, I get to a point where something flashes... Like, I catch movement out of my eye, the corner of my eye, and I turn and I see a flesh-colored object move behind a car quickly. And I'm like, that was a naked person. And I just think, okay, well, they're probably not drunk or high because they're naked, and they know they're naked. So I'm like, okay, they're probably getting pranked. So I yell over to them, hey, are you okay? Yeah. I have a poncho in my backpack. Do you need something to wear on your way home? No. Okay, have a nice night. And I continue on. Uh, we're not done. One more here, and then a follow-up. So I can throw a stone at my house. I get close to my house. I was living with my parents at the time. I get close to I can taste it. I can taste the relief of the sleep that is waiting for me at my house. The blessed oblivion of sleep. Because it is damn near 2 o'clock in the morning, and I am... Oh, actually, no, it was closer to like 3:30, because I had dealt with Ginger. So, I am almost there, and this woman stops me. Blessed woman. She's lost. And I'm like, of course. Can you help me? Yeah, what do you need? I'm trying to catch the 15 bus. Now, she does not have all her teeth, so I cannot do a proper impersonation of this woman, because I can't enunciate the way she was enunciating through the missing teeth. You understand? So, I say, oh, I know that. You're going to head up this way, and there's a bank. You're going to see it looks like a big Roman building. It's about like a half mile that way. It's not far. Just keep walking this way. The bank's on the right. 15 stops there. Which route are you taking? Are you taking it into the city or out? Out. Yeah, you want to be by the bank. That's where you want to be. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. That's where my bus stops too. 15 always hits there. Go. That's where you want to be. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Go with God, and please see a dentist. And then I continue on. I finally get home, and I get to sleep. And that was the end of my night, and that someone lose their teeth, right? So I sleep, and it was wonderful. Now, I was dating Magpie at this time. I told her the story, and the story gets around because it's a hell of a story. You know, Ginger alone is a great story, much less the fact getting approached by an addict about, hey, you need a place to stay, and, you know, the naked dude out of nowhere, and the toothless woman asking for bus directions. And understand, I will never fault anybody for not being able to afford dental care, because it is expensive, and there's like a lot that can stop a person from getting appropriate dental care. But it was an identifying characteristic, you understand. So, years later, Magpie and I get married, and we're opening our cards and our presents and appreciating everybody. And we open a card, and there's a card with like $40 in it. And it's signed, "Congratulations, Ginger." Now, I don't know what son of a bitch put that in our pile of presents, because I didn't see Ginger at our wedding. I don't think Ginger could have remembered me, so somebody put a card signed by Ginger in our gifts at our wedding, like, years after this happened. And I got nothing. It was $10. It was $10.